Every morning for the past 3 weeks, I've woken up to find one new photo in my camera roll that I never took. Always timestamped 3:17 a.m. Always the same angle, from somewhere inside my own apartment. Last night, for the first time, I was in the photo myself. I noticed it almost by accident. I was scrolling through my camera roll looking for a picture to send a friend, and I saw a photo I didn't remember taking, timestamped 3:17 a.m. the night before, a dark, grainy shot of my own living room, taken from an angle near the front door, like someone had been standing there holding my phone up toward the couch. I assumed I'd taken it half asleep, sleepwalking or fumbling with my phone in the dark for some reason I couldn't remember. I deleted it without thinking much of it and went about my day. The next morning, there was another one. Same time, 3:17 a.m. Same angle, near the front door, looking into the living room. I hadn't touched my phone that night. I remembered specifically leaving it on my nightstand, on the charger, well out of reach of where the photo appeared to have been taken from. The first week. I checked my phone settings obsessively after that second photo, looking for some explanation, a scheduled photo feature, a hacked account, anything. I found nothing unusual. No suspicious apps, no signs of remote access, nothing in my activity log indicating the camera had even been opened at that hour. Every night that week, a new photo appeared at exactly 3:17 a.m., always from the same spot near my front door, always looking into an empty living room. I started leaving my phone in a locked drawer overnight, certain that would stop it. It didn't. The photo still appeared, the same time, the same angle, despite my phone being physically inaccessible in a drawer across the room. I brought it up to my roommate, Josh, half expecting him to laugh it off as some prank he was pulling. He genuinely had no idea what I was talking about, and when I showed him the photos, he went quiet in a way that made me more uneasy than if he'd simply dismissed it. Something changes. About 10 days in, the photos started changing subtly. The living room, still empty in each shot, began showing small differences from how the room actually looked, a chair angled slightly differently than I'd left it, a light on that I was certain I'd turned off, a door slightly ajar that I always kept closed. I started sleeping with my bedroom door locked, and staying awake as close to 3:17 a.m. as I could manage, hoping to catch whatever was happening in real time. Every time I stayed awake past that hour, nothing happened at all, no photo appeared, no sound, nothing unusual. It was only on nights when I actually fell asleep that a new photo would be waiting for me in the morning. Josh moved out around this time, citing a sudden opportunity to live closer to his job. He didn't mention the photos when he left, and when I asked him directly if it had anything to do with his decision, he just said he'd rather not talk about it and left it at that. The second week. Alone in the apartment now, the photos continued nightly, and I started noticing something else. In a few of them, my own bedroom door, visible at the edge of the frame down the hallway, appeared slightly open, despite me locking it every single night before bed and finding it locked again every morning when I woke up. I installed a small battery-powered camera facing my bedroom door, hoping to catch whatever was moving through the apartment while I slept. The next morning, the footage showed nothing unusual for the entire night, no movement, no shadows, nothing crossing the hallway at any point. Yet the phone photo still appeared as always, 3:17 a.m., taken from an angle my own security camera should have captured clearly if anyone or anything had actually been standing there. I started to understand, slowly and with growing dread, that whatever was taking these photos wasn't necessarily something physically present in my apartment in any way a camera could capture. It was something using my own phone specifically, from an impossible angle, at an exact and consistent time, regardless of any precaution I tried. The photo with me in it. 3 weeks in, I woke up to the usual notification, opened my camera roll already resigned to another empty living room shot, and found something different for the first time. The photo showed me asleep in my own bed, taken from an angle just inside my bedroom doorway, despite the door being locked from the inside exactly as I always left it, despite my new security camera showing zero movement anywhere near that door for the entire night. I was facing away from the camera in the photo, turned toward the wall the way I actually sleep. But something about the image made my stomach drop the moment I saw it, a faint, barely visible shape at the very edge of the frame, standing just behind where the camera would have needed to be held, visible only as a dark, vertical shadow slightly taller than any person I knew. I haven't slept properly since. I've started staying at a friend's place most nights, though the photos continue regardless, my empty apartment, my locked bedroom door, occasionally now, my own sleeping shape from an angle that shouldn't exist. What I've found. I searched extensively for any explanation, technical or otherwise, and found nothing that fully accounted for what was happening. A few obscure forum posts described similar experiences, phones capturing photos from angles and locations the owner couldn't explain, always at a specific consistent time, always escalating slowly from empty rooms to eventually including the person themselves. None of the accounts I found described what happened after the photos began, including the person directly. Every single post simply stopped, mid-conversation, with no follow-up from the original poster, no explanation of whether the photos eventually stopped, or changed further, or led to something else entirely. I still haven't been back to sleep in my own apartment. My lease isn't up for another 4 months, and I genuinely don't know if breaking it early is worth the financial hit, or if leaving would even actually stop this from happening somewhere else instead. Last night, staying at my friend's apartment instead of my own for the 11th night in a row, I checked my phone out of habit before falling asleep. There was already a new photo waiting, timestamped 3:17 a.m., taken from an angle inside my friend's apartment, a room I hadn't left my phone unattended in at any point that evening. I haven't told her yet. I don't know how to explain that wherever I go now, it seems to already know exactly where to find the right angle, at exactly the right time, waiting patiently for the next photo to include a little more than it did the night before.